Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Well, we're going to continue with our stamping series. Well, it's inking series really, but it's being called a stamping series. And we're going to do what is generally called, or it used to be called, tonal stamping. So what we're going to do, but the tonal isn't really with the stamping, as you've probably guessed, it's with the inking. So I have got three. You can use as many. You need to use at least two, but you can use as many as you like really. But to keep this simple, I'm actually going to use three, and we need three tones of the same colour. So in my case, I'm using three tones of red, but it doesn't really matter what you use. I'm using picked raspberry, ripe persimmon, and festive berries if you're interested or want to use the same combination. But you can use any combination. You can use yellows, greens, pinks, blues, whatever you want to use. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to show you, after we've done this tonal stamping or tonal inking, I'm going to show you a very useful way how you can use that with one of your stamps, especially if you've got one of those stamps like I'm going to be using in this demonstration that's got lots of little bits. You'd probably lose the will to live if you tried to colour them all individually, or at least I know I would. So what we're going to do, we're going to do this tonal stamping, then I'm going to show you how effective it is on an intricate stamp. So let's get going. So I've got three different brushes to try and keep it clean, but I can't guarantee that's going to happen. And as always with stamping, we're going to be brave today. We're going to be stamping straight onto our greeting card, and I'd always recommend popping some scrap paper. This is just a piece of inexpensive printer paper. But pop some scrap paper underneath so that you don't get ink all over your desk. Okay, yes, you can wash it off, but it's easier if you don't have to. So I'm going to start. I'm going to start with my lightest tone, and I'm going to put that at the top. And we're just going to gently rub it round like that. Keep it fairly light. And do you know what I forgot to do? Actually, I could probably get away with using one of those. I usually get another one out to do the stamping, but I could probably get away with that one, the middle one. So we'll see how that goes. So we'll just pop that on there. Just keep it reasonably even. It doesn't have to be perfect. And there goes my squeaky table again. And just bring it down into the space below. So that's the first one. Just trying to find a space for me brushes. Then we're going to move on to the middle one. I'm just going to pick up a brush full of ink, and what we're going to do, we're going to start on the edge of the previous one, and we're going to just brush that, and we're going to brush it up into the first one, and we're going to bring it down again, we're going to bring it down into the space below. So we're going to take it up and we're going to bring it down. So this gives a nice integration between the three or however many tones of colour that you're going to use. And you'll do that for however many tones of colour you're going to use. So we are going to do just one more. I'm going to use my darkest, and I'm going to keep that at the bottom. So I'm not going to put too much on, maybe a bit more than that. And we're going to put this at the bottom, or maybe a touch more. That's a bit better. And we are going to blend that again up into there. I'm just going to grab a bit more. I think this one might be a little bit dry. So we're going to cover it along the bottom of our card and take it up into the previous one, and just keep going round in circles. If you're old enough to remember French polishing, it's just like polishing, so just go round in circles until you're happy with your blend. And I think I'm happy with that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but because it is a blended, so you've got a nice tone of colour. You've got a nice multi-tone. It's not a flat tone, it's a nice multi-tone of colour. And I don't know how this is going to work out, but I am going to try and use the darkest of the colours that I've used to actually do my stamping. So here we go. Let's just very quickly put the lid. No, actually we won't put the lid on. We'll just leave it there for now. What we'll do, or what I will do, is bring my stamping platform in and just move that out of the way a bit. So this is a very intricate stamp, and so what I'm going to do is put my card on my platform like that. I'm just going to use 2 magnets to hold the thing down, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to place my stamp where I want it on my card, and I want it roughly in the middle. So maybe a little bit further over. Yeah, that'll do. So we might have to do this a couple of times, as we quite often do, especially when you've got ink pads that are drying out like I have. So we're going to pick that up. I've already primed it, I've already gone over it. So I'm going to pick up my nice bright colour. So I would have picked up an alternative colour, but I didn't. So we're going to do it like this and see how it goes. So as you can see, this, oh no, you can't see, I beg your pardon. That, you'll see it when I stamp. It's a bit difficult to show you at the moment, but you'll see it when the image goes down. Of course, assuming you can see the image when it goes down, but I think you should be able to. So I'm just going to ink that up just a bit. So we'll leave it like that for now. Take it across. I don't know if you can still see that, or you can see the image. I'm going to hold it down for a few seconds, just to give it a chance to transfer the ink through to our card. So we'll hold that down, make sure we've got a nice flat surface, lift it up, have a look, and oh yes, that definitely needs doing again. But as you can see, that is quite an intricate, it's quite an intricate stamp, and to colour it manually would take forever. So doing this tonal stamping or tonal inking is a good way of getting a blend of colours where you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours colouring it in. Well, it might not take hours, it just seems like it. You don't have to spend ages colouring it in. So you can use different colours. You don't have to use the same tone as the same colour. You can use yellows and pinks and blend as many colours as you want to. It's your card, it's your stamping, your project, do it how you like. So again, I'm just going to press, and where it didn't hit so well, I'm just going to press harder on that bit that didn't transfer so well. So maybe I'll hold it down just a couple of seconds longer this time. Now let's have a look. That's okay, actually. I might just do it one more time. Just one more. I think it's all right, actually. But we will just do it one more time, just to give it a really good image, just a really strong image. So we'll just quickly ink that up. We won't be too fussy this time. And we'll take it over. Press it down on this side this time, hold it down, pick it up, and we have our perfect image. Now if I bring that in a bit more, you can see it better. So I'm just going to bring this in and reposition my stamping platform. So that is our image, and I've inked straight onto my greeting card. It's a lovely image, but as you can see, it's very intricate. But having this tonal stamping, you've got all the variety of colours that you want. Now all we've got to do now is, I'm not going to put a sentiment in this yet because I don't know who it's going for or what occasion. So all you need to do now is, if you want to add a few bits on the corners, you can. If you want to keep it clean and simple, you can do that too. But all you really need to do is add a sentiment. I would say, well, I would add you can put your sentiment where you like, of course, but I would add mine across the middle. I might add a few bits of bling around the edge, or maybe another flower. Oh, someone's after me again. We'll find out what that's all about in a minute. I should have put it on mute, but never mind. So that's all we need to do. Add a sentiment. If you want to add any bits in the corner, you can. I'm actually going to, I'll probably leave it like that and just stamp a sentiment in the middle when I'm ready to, when I've decided who it's going to. So there we go. There is our tonal stamping. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you have a go yourself if you haven't done so already. And I will be back. I was going to try and squeeze in another video this week, but it's not looking like it's going to be possible, because it's one of those weeks where I've got meetings every day and other appointments, so that's not going to be possible. But I will be back on Friday with another stamping technique for you, so I hope you can join me for that. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Take care, have fun, and as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.